Mobile applications engage your audience anytime, anywhere. While you may not have a mobile site today, it's something that has to be on your radar soon. Why? Because consumers are more and more depending on their mobile device to find information about the products and services they might want to buy. The Obama campaign was exceptionally smart about how they utilized mobile. They were very quick to create an iPhone application that lets you connect with consumers, donate, share the message, identify news and stories, and then also participate in the conversation. What I thought was completely fascinating and brilliant on their part was recognizing when they were going to introduce their newest product, their vice president announcement for Senator Biden, they said the only way you find out first is to sign up for our text messaging service. More than 1 million people signed up for text message alerts to find out who the new vice president nominee was going to be. The Obama campaign recognized if we could get to the individual's connection level at the cell phone, one of the most personal devices an individual owns, we have an opportunity to influence throughout the day. Let's look at a few quick facts about how the Obama campaign utilized SMS to spread the word. More than 1 million people signed up for the alerts. More importantly, supporters received on average 3 text messages alone on Election Day.
On Election Day, one of the key things that helped us execute on our strategy was the use of text messaging. And through the use of text messaging, we were able to get our message out quickly to supporters and volunteers out in the field, but then also to the people that were helping orchestrate this canvas event that was going across the whole state and across the whole country. They were able to send out text messages that helped us reorganize our efforts. And I was at a location that did not have internet, so they couldn't send me an email. How did they do it? They sent me a mobile text message. They sent me 14 throughout the day, and those were really critical because it helped me communicate without having to get on the phone and only having a one-to-one communication. They had a mass text message that was sent out from headquarters to all of us out in the field so we could reorganize and at the end of the day turn out the vote and win the state of Indiana for the first time in over 40 years.
Perhaps some of you have heard about Twitter. Twitter is effectively what we call microblogging. Blogging allows you to create lots of content about what you're thinking about, what you want to say to the world. Twitter is an abbreviated version of it. In fact, all you have is 140 characters to say what you think and how you feel. What's unique about Twitter is its vast ability to connect with individuals and its connection to mobile devices. The Obama campaign embraced Twitter as a tool to reach early adopters and those who are adamant about knowing what's happening minute to minute in the campaign. Over the 21-month campaign, they had 141,000 plus people follow them on a daily basis, and they followed more than 145,000 people who were talking about Barack. Why? Because it's a two-way communication tool, but more importantly, it's a daily connection point to see what's going on. Let's look at some quick stats from Obama's use of Twitter. Barack Obama had over 110,000 users. At the same time, John McCain had only 4,600 users. That's 240 times more followers for Barack than McCain. Blogging can be a topic in and of itself. As we heard earlier, just on my.barackobama.com, more than 400,000 blog posts were created. What I think is most interesting is the power of blogging to create transparency in the organization. Thousands of entries over the course of 21 months telling people all the details about why they were doing what they were doing, who they were talking to, why it was important that people cared, and what you could do to be involved. A key thing about this is anytime you want to comment or participate in the communication, you had to do one simple thing: sign up. What did that mean? More users in their database, which meant more connections and more opportunities for them to talk to you as the election neared. Let's look at some traffic about how communication took place off of Barack's blog and on other people's blogs. In this graph here, you can kind of see the popularity of conversation where Barack was communicated about and spoken about versus McCain. For the most part, McCain always was behind Barack in terms of communication and conversation. Why? Because the Barack campaign encouraged and focused on telling people, please write about why you believe in what we're causing. And if you look at this graphic, you'll see in the last few weeks prior to the election day, the Obama campaign soared, where the McCain campaign dropped drastically as people started to realize they just didn't get it. The final lesson: when transactions are expected, don't give the consumer any reason not to buy. How did that happen for the Obama campaign? Simple. Their whole focus was developing a database, knowing who you were, knowing where you live, knowing what precinct you were going to vote in, and understanding if you had voted or not. The other thing they did was they made sure that if you had an opportunity to vote early or buy early, you could do so. Why do we as businesses create big sales and create a reason to have a sale, and we do a lot of build up to the sale? when customers might want to buy before the sale. Think about how many people decided to vote far in advance of the actual election date. This has been the highest turnout in pre-voting we've ever seen in a presidential campaign. Why? Because the Obama campaign said, if you truly believe in what we're trying to do, if you want to buy our product, go ahead and buy it now. Don't wait until the sale date. Don't wait until the day everyone else is going to buy. Do it now. In doing that, they did a couple things. The first thing they did was recognize where the customer was in making a decision. They empowered them to take action, and they made the power of that vote be more important than the whole day itself. It wasn't about the masses. It was about the individual's ability to impact the bottom line. How many times have you given your customers the opportunity to create an impact? One unique thing that the campaign did was utilize a tool called Vote Builder. They could see where voters live, who around them has voted and hasn't voted, and to make sure the people in the field are out there knocking on the doors of those who haven't been there yet.
Vote Builder was a critical thing for the campaign. It helped us organize our canvassing or our door knocking for the campaign, and it really gave us the ability to hone down and focus on our target market, really making that database as clean as possible. And using Vote Builder or using this type of application, a CRM, was a great way of connecting big and small with those different people out there through a grassroots effort of sending out volunteers, getting them to tell their individual story, getting them to connect with the different prospective supporters and prospective voters, and capitalizing on that one-to-one connection.
Individuals in any state who wanted to help could look up phone numbers given through the My.Barack Obama site to call individual constituents who they knew had not yet voted. Why is that important? Barack Obama did not win by a landslide in most states. Take Indiana, for example. There are less than 25,000 votes that separate Obama from McCain in winning those votes. Every vote counts, just like every sales counts. Don't give consumers a chance not to buy. Make it easy and keep on them until the moment they make the transaction. What was the outcome for Obama? Obviously he won, we know that. But let's just summarize some of the facts that come out of his campaign. More than 200,000 individual supporter-organized events took place, prompted by digital and social media. More than 3 million phone calls were made in the final 4 days of the campaign, powered by his microsite. More than 3 million donors donated more than 6.5 million different times, of which 6 million donations were $100 or less. $100 million alone were raised online in 1 month, and over $500 million were raised just from online donations. That's nearly all the $639 million he raised for his entire campaign. More importantly, let's look at the traffic that took place online because he embraced digital and social media. Here's a graphic talking about the amount of searches online for Barack versus John McCain. Look at the percentage of traffic taking place of all internet traffic and all internet searches online from provider Hitwise. A significant amount of search was taking place for Barack versus McCain. Again, not because he was more popular, but because he was encouraging conversation and people were seeking out new content and new ways to connect with the candidate. Here's a graphic comparing the unique visitors that came to BarackObama.com versus JohnMcCain.com. Over the course of nearly the entire campaign, Barack held a steady lead. But look in the closing last few months of the campaign. The ability to embrace digital and social media versus his competition enabled and encouraged individuals to have repetitive visits to his site and keep connected. Embracing and utilizing digital and social media was not just to win the election for Barack Obama. It was also about creating a connection with individuals in the marketplace so that he has an ongoing opportunity to influence individuals above and beyond November 4th. From now on, if he ever wants to promote a message that talks to individual consumers, he doesn't have to rely on traditional media to do it. He can utilize his digital and social networks, his YouTube videos, his Facebook application, the myriad of email and text messaging tools he has in hand to tell the world what he believes is the right thing to do. The future will bring a lot of opportunity for them. Go, if you haven't already, to Change.gov. It's a website created simply to tell you what's coming in the future. You can create a profile there and connect to the president in a way you've never been able to before. Now you understand what's going on, why it's happening, and more importantly, you have a connection to the president. Thank you so much today for the opportunity to share with you our perspectives on how Obama won using digital and social media. We truly believe that these tools are an opportunity for every organization, large and small, to increase their customer share, increase revenue, and grow your presence and connection with your existing and future customers.
If you'd like more information about how digital and social media can transform the way your business connects with consumers, MediaSauce is here to help. Please visit us online at www.mediasauce.com or email info@mediasauce.com.